P-3 is a subsonic, straight-wing, 4-turboprop-engined aircraft designed for both anti-submarine warfare ASW and anti-surface warfare ASW, against ships with a typical crew size of 11. It was initially made by the American company Lockheed Martin and entered service with the United States Navy USN in 1962. Since then approximately 757 aircraft have been built, and the aircraft has entered service with the armed forces of 18 countries around the world. It is a combat-proven design, having seen action during the Vietnam War, the Iran-Iraq War and the various wars that the US had been involved in the Middle East during the last 2-3 decades. The P-3C is the latest and most common version, and its official name is the Orion. Both the Philippine Navy PHN and Philippine Air Force FAF operate Maritime Patrol Aircraft MPA. But for some reason the more visible MPA being used nowadays is the PHN's Britten-Norman BN-2 Islander, and a comparison with its performance to the P-3C are as follow. P-3C having more than twice the speed and range of the BN-2T. This is in part because the P-3C is also a much bigger and more powerful aircraft. The P-3C has a stated mission radius of 2,493 kilometers with a 3-hour loiter time, well beyond the 480 kilometer distance of the Calayan Island Group KIG from Puerto Princesa in Palawan, enabling it to stay around that area much longer even without refueling. Furthermore, because of its relatively high cruising speed, it will be able to reach that area from Palawan in under an hour, as opposed to almost 2 hours for the BN-2T to travel the same distance. The main sensor for ASW the P-3C uses is its ANAPS 115B surface search radar, which has an estimated detection range of 140 kilometers for a mid-sized ship with a radar cross-section RCS of 30,000 M2, which is pretty good. The radar is complemented by 2 electro-optical sensors. The NAVX1 electro-optical sensor system EOSS for day and low light conditions and the ENAS-36 infrared detecting satellites for nighttime operations. The P-3C can carry a lot of different types of ASW weapons, but against enemy ships with air cover or long-range surface-to-air missiles SAMs, it will have to rely on long-range standoff weapons for it to be able to survive after making an attack. Its main weapon for that would be the AGM-64 Harpoon anti-ship missile ASHM, which is a range of around 110 kilometers. A longer range version of the Harpoon, the AGM-84HK SLAM-ER, has a range of more than twice of that at 240 kilometers. The main sensor used by the P-3C for ASW are sonobuoys, which are expendable sonar systems that are ejected into the water and which the P-3C then gathers sonar data from to detect submarines. Sonobuoys are slowed down during their descent by small parachutes, and once they are in the water their main body floats up near the surface while their sensors are lower deeper into the water. It takes sonobuoys a couple of minutes to deploy and become active, and they have lifespans of around 2 hours, after which they sink on their own to the bottom of the ocean floor. A total of 84 sonobuoys are typically carried by the P-3C, 48 preloaded externally on the aircraft's belly while another 36 reloads are carried inside the aircraft.